for you. So Chilli has been exposed as MAGA. Her donations have come out that she has supported campaigns that have gone towards President Trump and other type of Republican candidates. And there was a questionable repost that was found on her Instagram about a conspiracy theory related to Michelle Obama. So we're about to get into all of that. Salt from Salt and Pepper came out to defend her, but her bandmate T-Boz has been quiet on it. So we're going to get into all of that. For today, we're about to get into my girl Chilli here from TLC. We got to talk about what's going on. So she's come on to the radar here. I saw when I was going through social media, just checking out some things, I saw TLC in Vogue and TLC in Vogue. And there is one more group that performed at iHeartRadio, and they were all doing a show together, and it was a sample of what's going to be coming out when they go on tour in the summer. It was TLC, In Vogue, and Salt and Pepper, and I thought they did a great show. They kind of came in between each other's songs, and it was really cool to see them because I like all of these groups. So I was seeing that and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. They're all going to get together. That's going to be a great concert because I like all of them. And then it comes out that Chilli had a questionable repost on her Instagram about a conspiracy theory related to Michelle Obama. And this conspiracy theory was saying that Michelle Obama had registered in Illinois to vote as a man. And this got reposted on her Instagram. So when this came out, Chilli made a statement, and that was... she came out and did a video, and you could see that on TMZ, and she said that she had did this repost on accident. The buttons are close together, and then she went to the tried and true, I'm not that tech savvy, I'm older, I don't know too much about how this works, so I accidentally hit the repost button. She didn't mean to do that. Do I buy that? Not really, but is it possible to accidentally repost on Instagram? I guess it is. It is possible. I don't know if that necessarily applied in her case, but that's the story that she wanted to go with, and she wanted to try to play it on, my age. I don't know too much about how that works on the internet, but you on here though, and you knew how to take it off, because she said once it was brought to her attention, which she didn't know it was there until she started getting calls, allegedly, and then once that was brought to her attention, she took that off because she would never disrespect Michelle Obama. She voted for Obama twice, and she supported the campaign she had about getting exercise and fitness in the schools. But nonetheless, she did repost that, and she did not take it off until it was brought to her attention. So take that with a grain of salt, but that's what she said. And she also gave donations to campaigns that supported President Trump and other Republican candidates or causes that were along those lines. So she donated to those, and she claimed in her explanation about that these donations were made for the troops, for the veterans. And when people looked into these further, because it's public information, the donations that she made, when they looked into it further, they saw it had nothing to do with the troops. It had nothing to do with veterans. So people felt like Chilli was playing in their face, that she was trying to say it was one thing, but it was really another. She didn't want to, I think, get any backlash because the audience for TLC is primarily Black women. So if you insult a Black woman like Michelle Obama, that's not going to look good. And then you're giving donations to an administration that many people feel has adversely affected their lives, their livelihoods, whether that be gas prices, being able to afford a home, being able to take care of your family comfortably and not being in debt, student loan debt from having to pay back student loans. There's a lot of things going on right now impacting people. So it's not a popular administration. So to see that somebody that people maybe thought differently was donating to this, and then when you come out, you try and say, no, I was supporting the troops. And then when people look into it further, they say there's nothing on there that was talking about the troops. It just gave off the impression that Chilli was trying to play in people's faces. And not everybody is not tech savvy. Not everybody is unfamiliar with computers. It's not really an age thing. It's a desire to learn it. And people looked into her stuff, and they just weren't buying it. Now let me know in the comments if you would not support TLC because she has voted for, and this came out from her bandmate T-Boz, said that she voted for Trump at least the first time around, and I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't vote for him again, but at least the first time around, her bandmate T-Boz said that she voted for him. Would you not support TLC because of Chilli's leaning towards MAGA or support of that, or does it not bother you? Let me know in the comments. I think that they're allowed to, any celeb, any person is allowed to vote and support whatever party you feel best aligns with your values, what you need out of life, best supports your goals or where you see the country should be. By all means, that's your right, that's your freedom. I don't think because you are Black or a person of color that you automatically have to be a Democrat. But when you try and lie and you don't own what you believe in, what you voted for, what you went so far as to give money towards, that's the problem. It's when you try to tell me something isn't what it is, when you try to tell me the sky is green, not blue, when I can see that, that's where you lose people. If she just would have stood on business and said, yes, that's what I think, that's what I voted for, take it or leave it, I don't know that people would have had an issue. And if they have an issue with it, that would have been their thing. But it's you trying to say, I'm not MAGA, I just voted for people who are. I just voted for the president who, that's his literal slogan, that's his literal thing. That just makes people look like, for real, you just gonna try to talk to me like I don't have any sense, like 1 + 1 is not equaling 2. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. We're gonna take a pause here. Julie, thank you so much for stopping by. And thank you so much. We appreciate all the comments and support as you come in on the live, like the video. It's a free way to support the channel, helps the algorithm to let YouTube know we are here, get some more eyes on the channel. But let me know what you think on this Chilli topic here. Does it matter what their political leanings are? Do you think that they shouldn't share that? Let's keep that conversation going. I'm going to get into her statement that she made once these donations and what their true cause was known. She did put out this statement, and so we're going to get into it. This is what she put out on her social media. So from Chilli, quote, I want to be clear, I am not MAGA and do not support any of the many policies that are causing great harm to the American people. I made a mistake too many make. I did not read the fine print. I thought I was supporting causes against human trafficking and for veterans, two things I care deeply about. As my dad is a veteran, everyone knows I love children. I learned a valuable lesson and ask for grace as I navigate this. Love, Chilli. So not everybody is buying it. I've been seeing a lot of people say they're not going to the concert, they're not feeling her, they're canceling her. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, but we are gonna go over to Cheryl Salt from Salt and Pepper. She is standing up for Chilli. She definitely took to heart their song from TLC, What About Your Friends, and said, I'm not gonna leave her behind. So she is speaking out in defense of Chilli. Now, mind you, Chilli's bandmate T-Boz has not said a thing on it, but she did want to make it clear that she is not a supporter of Trump, but she hasn't really said anything to defend her bandmate or try to clarify anything. So I do find it interesting that Cheryl from Salt and Pepper was the one that came out and said something and nobody else has. But we're going to get into her statement. I'm going to pull that up here. And as you come in, let me know if you are a part of the Aries crew by leaving hashtag Aries crew in the comments, or if you are a first-time watcher, I want to give you a shout out for stopping by. Now we are going to get into this statement that Salt made on her social media supporting Chilli. Quote, Chilli, please keep your pretty head all the way up, sister. This world is very quick to believe anything and everything posted on social media, quick to crucify and slow to forgive. Even when you straighten it out, haters will always hate. We know your heart. We know you and your heart. I truly pray that you don't shed not one tear or lose not 1 minute of sleep or peace over any of this. We got you, and any threat of not coming to the show from anyone will not stop us from loving on you and supporting you as a person and your legacy in music. This is the type of bullying we as a people have to stand up to. Whoever comes to see us, great, and whoever doesn't will miss something special. Powerful sisters coming together. Positive vibes only. Continue to let your light shine, queen. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think the backlash that Chilli's receiving is not warranted? Some people are saying that they're going to cancel Cheryl Salt from Salt and Pepper right along with Chilli because she's out here supporting her. I think it's just a crazy time in politics right now. It's a very divided, polarizing issue. So just by nature of letting your stance be known one way or another, you're going to alienate somebody who doesn't agree with that to begin with. So I kind of come from the school of, unless you're ready to jump in the arena of politics, it's better to keep that out of your life, especially as it relates to business, because you just risk losing it all, or you're going to risk losing, at least maybe 50% of the people who are rocking with you because they're not going to be in favor of things that you support. I don't know that it may necessarily be fair that you're not allowed to still be an entertainer and kind of have your own political views and not have them tied together, but we just live in a time where they're going to get intertwined and you kind of got to deal with that reaction. So going to be keeping track here, seeing if it actually impacts any of the ticket sales for this concert. As far as we know, that concert is going to be continuing. They're going to still do it. As far as we know, TLC will still be a part of it. Let's get into this statement that T-Boz wanted to put out here that was on TMZ. She definitely wants to make sure she's separating herself from what's going on with her bandmate here, and I don't blame her. So we're going to get into this one here. And then coming up in the show, we're going to be talking about Brandy exposing Wanye and him dating her when she was 16. And we're going to be talking about Tiger Woods and his DUI that he recently got. So we do have some other great topics we're going to get into as we are starting our weekend off. All right, so this is from an article from TMZ titled T-Boz, No TLC for Trump. Don't lump her in with Chilli. TLC's T-Boz is no fan of Donald Trump. Sources tell TMZ as her bandmate Chilli faces backlash over political donations she made in the past. Sources close to T-Boz tell TMZ that the singer has, quote, always let her views be known, end quote, whether that be about actual health, the LGBTQ community, or Black Lives Matter, end quote. Quote, T-Boz has been an advocate for the unheard voice, end quote. The source added, who pointed out a 2017 interview the entertainer did with Channel 4 UK News, where she spoke about President Trump. During the interview, T-Boz said, quote, I don't care about Donald Trump. God is my president, end quote. The source added that the singer's stance hasn't changed and that, quote, unless you see her say it, she shouldn't be brought into any narrative that pulls away from that view, end quote. So it looks like she wants to make sure it is known that she does not think or move in the same way as her bandmate Chilli. So we'll see how this plays out, and you will get your updates here on Aries Rose TV. So make sure you are following the channel and you have your notifications on so you don't miss out when we post updates on it.